The Insta360 X6 versus the Insta360 X4 Air. Should you upgrade your camera? And if you want to know the answer to that question, you got to watch the video to the end. And with all that being said, let us begin the video now. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Insta360 X4 Air and all specifications in regard to that camera. And then afterwards, we're going to be talking about the Insta360 X6 and all specifications in regards to that camera and the set release date of August 12th, 2026 for the Insta360 X6. And also last but not least, we're going to be talking about if it is worth it for you to upgrade to the Insta360 X6 or you'd be okay with the Insta360 X4 Air. All those questions are going to be answered in this video, so all you have to do is watch the video to the end. And with all that being said, let us begin the video now. So with the Insta360 X4 Air, it is pretty good of a camera here in 2026, and let me go ahead and explain the reasons as to why that's the case. So with the Insta360 X4 Air, it is a very small, compact camera, super pocketable, can fit in your pocket, and also pack a quality punch to as well, being able to shoot in 8K up to 30 frames per second. I think it also does have microphone connectivity with both the Insta360 Mic Pro and the Insta360 Mic Air without a transmitter or receiver of any kind. And that's going to be super helpful if you're going out and about and shooting quite a number of footage. Although there's quite a number of pros, like you still have bullet time, photo taking capabilities with the Insta360 X4 Air, etc., so on and so forth, that are embedded in the Insta360 360 camera ecosystem. There are some cons associated with owning the Insta360 X4 Air that we should definitely bring up and talk about too as well. It's just like a lot of things in life, there are pros and there's cons. There's a few pros that I mentioned now, and let's talk about the cons too as well. So where the cons come in is not too much, but they're definitely prevalent. So you do get a smaller compact size of a camera, but as a direct result, when it comes to pure video mode taking and low light shooting capabilities with the Insta360 X4 Air, it's not nearly as good as its predecessors over on the Insta360 X5 and inevitably the Insta360 X6. These cameras will probably most likely have better quality when it comes to low light capabilities in pure video mode. So if that really matters to you quite a bit, that's something to definitely keep in mind for sure. Also on top of that too as well, if you want to use Instaframe, which is just basically a way to make 360 editing and editing all camera footage from a 360 camera a lot easier and being able to frame yourself exactly where you want to frame rather than going in post and keyframing yourself or auto framing yourself afterwards, which is an extra bit of a process, which is one of the cons of 360 cameras in general. Using Instaframe 2.0 would combat with that, but with the Insta360 X4 Air, I believe it's just Instaframe, so you will not able to use certain features with Instaframe versus if you were to get the Insta360 X5 and then will be the Insta360 X6 too as well. So that is something to definitely keep in mind for sure. Otherwise, on an overall basis, if you're just mainly shooting in standard video mode and you have the ability to go out and about during the day mostly and just dust-like environments, I'm sure the low light capabilities on the X4 Air is still not that bad. It is a 2026 camera after all. You're pretty much okay and set and ready to go to get the Insta360 X4 Air. It does cost a little less than like the Insta360 X5 and assumably the Insta360 X6 too as well. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And I think overall speaking, or on an overall basis, the Insta360 X4 Air is definitely a light, compact, pocketable size camera that can also pack a punch too as well with great quality, being able to shoot in 8K 30 frames per second no matter what. Also, some final notes too as well, with the Insta360 X4 Air, you still have capabilities to use the Insta360 app, whether it's for the PC or the phone version, so that's inevitably going to be great. You also have no capabilities of using iLog. Even if it's an 8-bit, it is still nice to have iLog and be able to match colors from one camera to another to match your footages equally in the final post. I think again, mostly people shoot in standard video mode, so that's not going to be really a prevalent problem while using an Insta360 camera. But if that really matters to you, then we'll talk about that more with the Insta360 X6 later on. That's just something to know too as well. There's no iLog capabilities associated with the Insta360 X4 Air, but again, at the end of the day, the Insta360 X4 Air, probably the lower tier priced amongst the X5, the X6, packs a punch, super lightweight, and that's kind of the main focus of the Insta360 X4 Air. And it's nice to be able to just fit it in your pocket with ease and not have to worry about it being super heavy, but also having amazing quality at 8K 30 frames per second. And then you can just edit afterwards in the Insta360 app, PC or phone version, and then you're pretty much set and ready to go. So on that note, that is pretty much it in terms of the Insta360 X4 Air. And now let's move on to the specifications in regards to the Insta360 X6. Alrighty, so now let's talk about the Insta360 X6 and all specifications in regards to that camera. So the main headliners with the Insta360 X6 is the fact that it supports 8K up to 50 frames per second, which is super amazing. It does have capabilities with Instaframe 2.0, it does have like all the bullet time features, etc., so on and so forth. But more importantly, it does have iLog up to 10-bit, which is going to be super game changing. So if you're a professional creator and you want to take your footage to the next level and want really crispy and nice 360 footage with amazing colors associated with that, then it is important to get the Insta360 X6, as you can do 10-bit iLog, match it with an example footage from the Insta360 Luna Ultra, cross-reference that over with the Insta360 X6, and then you will be able to get incredibly crispy and nice color graded footage, and that's just going to make your footage, you know, enhance to the next level. On the other hand, if that doesn't really matter for you and you're going to shoot in standard video mode, then that's a conversation for the later part of the video. So with the Insta360 X6 too as well, you do have connectivity with the Insta360 Mic Air and also the Insta360 Mic Pro without a transmitter receiver. That's going to be incredibly helpful. And you also do have faster charging times, faster transfer speeds, and a brighter screen, which is going to be great. And you have a really cool, sleek, and unique design associated with the Insta360 X6. This video will be posted before August 12th, before the official release date of the Insta360 X6, which is officially announced at this moment in time, and has posted a video on the Insta360 Instagram. We'll wait and see for the launch of the official Insta360 X6 on August 12th for more information in regards to the camera, but this is at surface level what I understand and know at this moment in time right now. And I think I pretty much covered all the specifications in regards to both the Insta360 X4 Air and also the Insta360 X6. Now we're gonna go to the part where if it is truly worth it for you to upgrade from the Insta360 X4 Air over to the Insta360 X6, and kind of like my reasons as to why that is the case, or also alternatively if it is not worth it for you to upgrade to the Insta360 X6 and you'd be okay with the Insta360 X4 Air. All those questions are going to be answered coming soon, so tune in for that and let's go to that portion of the video now. But first, if you plan on traveling anytime this year, I'd recommend using Saily eSIM. So Saily eSIMs connect in over 200 destinations, and the installation process is very simple. But first, you have to make sure your phone is eSIM compatible. So all you have to do is download the Saily eSIM app, choose your destination and how many gigabytes or unlimited data you want to use for your next trip, and use code Dominic for 10% off. You can also check out Saily's Ultra plans that gives you unlimited data and a variety of other benefits that you will see on the screen right now, and you can use code Dominic for that too as well. And you can also check out Cruise eSIM. So when you're set sailed and offshore, you can use a Cruise eSIM and be able to use data in the middle of the ocean. You can also use code Dominic for discounts on the Cruise eSIMs too as well. So with all that being said, let's return back to the regular scheduled video. Alrighty, so now the part that you've been waiting for, is it worth it for you to upgrade from the Insta360 X4 Air to the Insta360 X6? And let's go ahead and talk about that right now. So if you already have the Insta360 X4 Air and primarily speaking, you shoot in standard video mode and you don't really go out and about during the night and you don't really care about color grading and you have like microphone connectivity regardless anyways, I think as of right now, the Insta360 X4 Air is still fine in 2026, especially its compact and pocket size and also packing a huge punch. I think a lot of the times, even if I have pure mode capabilities, like it's not often that I utilize the actual pure video mode capabilities. So I think having compact but packing a punch from an Insta360 X4 Air is pretty much okay. And I think if this resonates with you, I think you're gonna be okay at the end of the day. But on the other hand, if you're a premier content creator, or if you just wanna use it for memorabilia and have the highest possible quality and like the fastest possible workflow and speed, then I think the Insta360 X6 is more so for you. Again, you get the ability to be able to shoot in 8K 50 frames per second and iLog 10-bit, so you can match from like the Luna Ultra to the Insta360 X6 and have the same grade and quality, and that's going to be completely game changing. And also having the option to be able to shoot during the day and night at super high qualities too as well, on top of other features that we don't even know about. I think I completely justify the idea of having the Insta360 X6 in that case, because if you want to take the quality of your footage to the next level, then inevitably you're going to have to get the Insta360 X6, because that's the top of the threshold in terms of 360 cameras, even amongst other brands. So it really depends on who you are and where you are on content creation journey, or just memorabilia and how far you want to be able to take that, or if you just want really good footage for like whatever needs you need to fulfill when filming out and about. I'm telling you, I think Insta360 X6 will provide the best quality, and also having connectivity with the Insta360 app and having InstaFrame 2.0 or 3.0 at this point will just be a complete game changer on top of its compact and pocketable size. Although I believe it's a little heavier than the Insta360 X4 Air, I still think it packs the perfect amount of punch while just like slipping through your pocket. I think overall it's going to be completely game changing, and I can't wait for the actual camera in itself to come out August 12th and beyond. And I'll probably make a follow-up video once the actual camera is released. But I think as of right now, if these words resonate with you more, then it's pretty much worth it for you to get the Insta360 X6. You can completely justify being able to get the camera just based on like iLog and 8K 50 frames per second pretty much alone, and then having a more compact size. I think it's definitely worth it if that resonates with you more. Pretty much collectively, we're gonna have to wait and see what the Insta360 X6 will be unfolded for us as per the release of the actual camera on August 12th. But I hope this video helped, and if you're interested in the Insta360 X4, X5, or X6, you can use code Dominic on the main Insta360 website to be able to get potential discounts, so definitely use that code. And with all that being said, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out.